Hey sports fans, DW here. Thought I'd give you guys another vlog. Now normally I give you information on how well I'm doing, but what I'm going to do now is actually pass some advice over. I've had people on Twitter, Facebook saying, Dan, how do I be a live poker pro? You know, what do I need to do to ensure that I fit the mould and I bink all these live tournaments? Now, obviously I've got loads of experience of doing that, but I thought I'd give you guys some tips, you know, just some pointers to help you on your way. Now, when you go to a live tournament, it's all about, you know, fitting the mould and not being out there. A lot of these good poker players will take advantage of the weaker ones, and you can normally spot them a mile off, you know, professors, geography teachers, weathermen. They don't fit in. You need to be cool, you need to be hip, you need to make sure that, you know, people are intimidated in your presence. Now, the first thing you need to worry about is what you wear, okay? Now, if you've got an Ed Hardy t-shirt or anything blingy, that always works really well. That helps you amass chips. It just kind of sucks them towards you. I personally go with my tap-out t-shirt because paired with arms like these, people never want to argue in a big pot with me because they think I'm going to put them to sleep or something. So that's always pretty good. But on top of this, what you should always wear is a poker hoodie. Now, what I mean by a poker hoodie is something with a poker label on it so people think you're sponsored. It's amazing, you know, the amount of respect they'll give you. You can put your hood up, you can put your hood down. It doesn't really matter too much, but definitely get yourself a poker hoodie, you know, with big logos emblazed on the back. That is definitely worth doing. Now, also, we got to remember, a lot of people are going to be looking at you constantly in that room. You know, and they're going to be looking for soul tells. You know, you go and play those £20 rebuys at the casino, and these fish, they have the amazing ability to read your soul and just pick off your bluffs at all time. It's not that, you know, they just can't fold. It's they know that you're bluffing. So I would invest in some high quality sunglasses to wear at all times, okay? Now, I've got a selection here of what, you know, I sometimes wear. You've got these, you know, make you look cool, make you look a bit suave, but at the same time, people can't see what's going on in that mind. They can't see that bluff being created, can't see it being picked off. Now, if you're not a fan of these, you can always go for the summer shades. Look at these bad boys. So that even means their friend that sat behind them, or even behind you, can't see your eyes through the gap. They will go all the way around. That way nobody knows what you're doing. But personally, my favourites, because they're just so damn cool, are these bad boys. Get these motherfuckers on. Nobody knows what's going on underneath that poker brain of yours. So, invest in some sunnies. I mean, these cost £1. That's nothing. That's not going to affect your ROI. So make sure you get some sunnies on the go. So it's a hoodie, it's a blingy t-shirt, it's also the sunnies. The third thing you need, hat. Again, with another website emblazoned on it so you look like a professional. Personally, I do believe that if you wear it backwards like this, it makes you look that little bit fucking cooler. And it also helps your aerodynamicness. Again, bringing the chips towards you. Your run good will just naturally pop out of this outfit, and you know, you're going to be amassing chips for fun, okay? So, we're dressed up, ready to go. We've got our sunnies, got our poker hoodie to put our hood up if we need to, so nobody knows what's going on. We've got our hat. Next thing you need is an iPad. You have to have an iPad. All good poker players have an iPad. I've got an iPad. It's amazing. If you get an iPad, people will fold more to you. It is a statistic that is true, honestly. I mean, with this, it's great because you can put music on it. You know, you can listen to your music while you're playing. You don't need to pay attention to what's going on, whose action it is, that's irrelevant. You put films on it. You know, I personally watch Disney films when I'm grinding. It just helps me, you know, a bit of Rescuers, a bit of Lion King, gets me in the zone. I mean, you've got apps on here that can tell you your pot odds after you've folded. That's really important, so you know what you're doing. Get yourself an iPad. It is amazing. The other benefit with the iPad is you've got internet access there. You can hand and mob everybody on your table. That's the way to do it. Get on hand and mob. Check if they've won anything. If they have, compliment them on it. Let them know that you know what they're doing. Then they'll be intimidated to mess with you. So, you know, get yourself a motherfucking iPad. You can update everybody on Twitter. Hey, I just folded again. Tweet. You know, get on Facebook. Hello everybody. I'm at Dusk Till Dawn playing the £10 freeze out. Boom. You know, make people jealous. Make people think that you're a professional. I mean, now, obviously, with this, there's something else that you need. If you're going to take an iPad, which I again suggest you do, make sure you bring your headphones. Now, personally, the bigger the better for me, but I did manage to break my massive headphones, so I have to use these for the time being. Just, you know, little ones, pop them in your ear. You know, one ear looking cool. But if you've got the big cans, get the big cans on, man. Over the hat. You just look like untouchable. If you've got, you know, the Beat DJs, get the fucking Beat DJs on the go, man. Only professionals have Beat DJs. That is a fact. So you've got your headphones, you've got your hat, you've got your glasses, you've got your iPad. You know, now all the other things I'm going to tell you about are just what to do while you're at the table. I mean, these really help you in the on the live situation. The first thing is to try and get as many of these kind of sayings in while you're playing. So you're sat there with everybody, you know, and the river's gone, somebody ships the pot, turn around to the guy next to you and just say, if I'd have played that hand, I'd have won. Things like that. Let them know that you know how the game works. You know how strong your hand would have been if you'd have played. That's great, you know. Also, if you're involved in a pot of the river and you've got nothing, say things to your opponent like, if I fold, will you show? Because, again, they just make you think that you're a professional. Makes them intimidated that you know that they're beating you, so you're going to fold, when in fact, you know, you've got shit. You know, all of these things are great. Again, when you're sat at the table, speak to the guy next to you, tell him all of your bad beat stories from the last week. Tell him every one you've experienced. You know, tell him about your aces getting cracked by kings, or tell him about your kings getting cracked by ace-king. Tell him how it happens all the time. They love those stories. People love to talk about poker at the poker table. It's amazing. You really should do that. Now, finally, my last bit of advice for you, and this to me is the most important. What you must do to intimidate players at your table, especially when you're short on chips, is do as many chip tricks as you can. Learn them before you go. You know, riffles, flips, bouncing it onto the stack, whatever. Learn as many of these chip things, because if you haven't got any chips, they can't be intimidated by the size of your stack, but by doing these chip tricks. It makes your stack naturally look bigger in the light of a casino. It's true. It is a true fact. So just do a couple of chip tricks, you know, and everybody will just be a little bit more intimidated by your short stack. So when you shove over the top, they're definitely going to snap fold when you've got rags. Now, that's part one of how to be a live poker pro. I'm sure there'll be more updates so I can give you more information. I don't want to overload you noobs with all these ideas. This is just the basics. So just remember, hat, glasses, poker clothing, iPad, headphones, chip tricks, talking shit. That's what you need to do.